Right, so, the Avatar live action. Avatar The Last Airbender live action, not the Blue People movie, because obviously that is only live action. As far as I'm aware, I don't think there's anything, like, non-live action to do with that, but Avatar The Last Airbender live action on Netflix came out about a week ago, as of this going up. And I just finished watching it as of yesterday. It wasn't good. I'll be real. I'll be completely honest with you. It was not good. It was passable at best. They made some changes to the plot that are problematic if they decide to do any more after the water season. Like, the fact that Aang hasn't learned a single bit of waterbending at all. I should probably cite the spoilers, obviously, for the Netflix show, because I'm, you know, talking about it and stuff. Yeah, so there's good. I mean, just spoilers. If you're watching this, you should fucking expect that. Anyway, enough rambling on about that. So yeah, Aang doesn't learn any waterbending at all in the first season, or the only season, which is weird. Why the hell does he not learn waterbending? Also, why can he fly from the very beginning? Like, one of the first shot you see of him is him flying. So why does he need the glider? Or Appa? Like, he can just fly. And it's not even him, like, using the air ball either. He does do that once for a gag. It ain't it. It just wasn't it. It's not the only things they changed. They made Katara, like, insane. Like, she is actually insane. She's way better at waterbending than she in the show, than in the live action, than she was in the show, if my memory serves correctly. It's been a very long time since I watched Avatar. I'm actually planning to rewatch it in response to how awful the live action was. I want to see it good and not how it was done recently. It's just, it wasn't great. Also, Azula goes from being like a prodigy in the actual show to just alright, and then all of a sudden is able to lightning bend out of nowhere. Like, she goes from using regular ass fire that's blue for like all of half a fucking second to then not using blue fire ever again to then lightning bending in the second to last episode out of nowhere. Like, weird. Azula's supposed to have blue fire, but okay. She honestly feels like she's worse of a bender than Katara is, and Katara is just like crazy cracked in the live action. She just learns how to freeze water. I can't remember if she does that just out of nowhere in the show. It's been a very long time. I think she does, but again, it's weird, and also the pacing is just fucked. The pacing is awful. Like, they combine so many episodes together and just change plot points for those episodes because they can't happen simultaneously. Like, a lot of stuff that happens in Omashu, fucking that some stuff's a bit weird. I mean, mostly it does the job, but again, there are some small changes here and there that just feel really out of place. The first 4 episodes aren't terrible, if I'm being honest. They get better as they go on for the first 4. It's just after those first 4 episodes, it's just completely downhill, in my opinion. The whole Spirit World stuff is really awkward and weird. I get what they were going for when they'd gotten to the conclusion of it, but until that, it was just like, what's going on? This isn't how this actually should have happened. They explain stuff that's explained in Korra. Which, I mean, yeah, that's fair. You can link them. They're literally set in the same world. But they give you stuff that you're told in Korra, supposedly. One of my friends told me that, but I've not watched Korra, and I don't wish to. Strange stuff, really. And what the fuck did they do to the Avatar state? Like, he can't just talk to the other Avatar, the previous Avatars whenever he wants. He has to go to their temples to be able to communicate with them. Why? But why? Why'd they do that? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Because he's supposed to be taught by Roku, you know, and guided along by Roku for, like, ages. But can't be. Why? Why'd you do that? That just changes way too much. And also, how the hell it just feels like Aang's group know nothing. Like, they just don't know anything about what's going on, really. Even though they should know a lot more than they actually do. Like, they have no idea about the comet, the fact that it's coming, which they should have found out about. Or have the ability to find out about, but because of how the season ends, there's no way that they could unless somebody that randomly knows tells them, which would be really out of place. A bunch of stuff also just happens off-screen, and you're told to just accept that it happened. And I get, you know, using off-screen stuff is fair, that's fine. But there's just so much that's off-screened. And also, randomly between episodes, Zuko becomes a dick out of nowhere. Like, yes, he is now just an arsehole for an episode, and the next episode he's not. There's like, man's developing way too fast. Give him time, but then they can't because they've got to cram, like, all of the first season of Avatar into 8 episodes. 8-hour-long episodes, but, like, they're just, the pacing is atrociously dumb. It's terribly dumb, in my opinion. There's just stuff that just doesn't feel or flow together properly because it's rushed too much. The episodes don't tie together. There's stuff that's changed for literally no reason. You know, and if anything, the things that are changed are detrimental to the plot. Like I said, with Roku and the Avatar state. Why they changed that though? Why they do that? It just doesn't bode well for like a second season if it even gets one. Also, one thing I'm going to talk about: the acting was really shit. It was mediocre at best. It was just really like. It felt really flat a lot of the time. Like, it just didn't come across very natural. It didn't feel like... I get that most of the actors are kids, and obviously they kind of have to be because the cast are young, which is another reason why them doing more seasons might become difficult because these actors are going to grow up. I'm pretty sure I heard that Aang's actor hit puberty during filming, so... or something like that. A friend told me that, so I get this friend told me that, so I'm not sure, but I mean it sounds very feasible. They are young, so they will change a hell of a lot over not a very long period of time. So if they do want to do more, they kind of gotta do it quick. Otherwise, they're gonna have to like recast everyone. Which is, you know, a problem with using child actors for a long-running series where the characters don't age a whole lot. I mean, I guess they could age up the characters, but again, then there'd be more unnecessary changes. Yeah. The acting just felt really flat. It probably is partially due to the actors being young, they're not very experienced, but still... when the main cast are kids, you want to at least have really good child actors. Even if there aren't many of them and they're hard to find, you kind of need them. Otherwise, it just isn't great. And also the backgrounds. So some of the CG effects were really nice. Like, the firebending looked really good. The earthbending looked pretty good. Waterbending looked terrible. They did not do waterbending justice at all. It did just look like you were throwing a fucking bucket of water at someone. That's how the waterbending looked. It did not look threatening at all. Didn't seem like it would actually, you know, be able to knock a man off his feet or do any damage at all. It was just, oh no, now I'm wet, is the way it looked. But I was like, airbending looked fine. I mean, not really a whole lot you can do with it, so that's fair enough. But then, like, a lot of the backgrounds looked really weird. A lot of the scenery just didn't look right. Which, I mean, Netflix is a really rich company, and yet it felt like this just didn't have any effort or funding, either no effort or no funding put into it. It just, it did just feel like a shitty, shameless cash grab. Like, it just wasn't, there's no passion behind it. It just didn't, it just wasn't good. I did not like it. I did not like it. For what it was, I guess, you know, it's, like I said at the beginning, passable, mediocre at best. But that's not really what you want. You know, you want good stuff. You don't want mediocre stuff to be put out. You want good media, not meh media, especially adaptations of critically acclaimed, very, very popular, stuff from the people that would have watched the live-action Avatar's childhood. It just feels like a slap in the face. It wasn't great, in my opinion. I didn't like... yeah. And I don't think I'm alone in the opinion of it wasn't great. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, notification bell, sub, and comment. Yeah, I think we'll leave that there. I think I've kind of got my thoughts across. But yeah, that's that. Those are my thoughts on the live-action Avatar. Wasn't great. That's that. Anyway, with that out of the way, I have an animosity to you, having you, and I've next time for another video. Ta-ta. For now.